Guadeloupe. We're clearing in Guadeloupe, which deserves a dance. That's a jig. That's a happy jig. They speak French here. We don't know that much French, but they have baguettes, and that's awesome.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
De pain aux céréales.
Oh. Trois.
So we just got done eating baguettes with cheese and quiche and coffee, and I'm probably going to eat this croissant right now because it looks too delicious to wait until we get back to the boat. And this is our first morning in De Hay, I believe is how you say. And we love it, or at least I love it. There were baby chickens that kind of just wandered past our table, so that's super magical. And they almost got hit by a truck, and they didn't, even more magical. And we're gonna continue exploring the rest of the afternoon and drink our cafe.
When you're traveling, communication can be challenging. Trying to find Wi-Fi places is rough, and when you're in a foreign-speaking country, it's even more difficult. So we wandered around our first day here in Guadeloupe, and we found an orange store. They have a great deal here. You can get 100 gigs for a month for 69 euro. It's an excellent deal. You don't even need to put a credit card down, which is amazing. This is Cedric. He helped us out get set up. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Cedric.
So now we're all set. Next month we're going to be good to go. We can get all of our devices and stuff set up to this fancy phone right here. Also works in Martinique, which is handy anywhere where they're French. Pretty cool. Before we came here, everybody said that Guadeloupe had awesome food because it's French, which is true. If you love cheese and you love baguettes, this is the place. For €2, you get this really good-looking camembert. Look, that's a wooden thing. It's amazing. Really excited to taste this. We're gonna have this on our baguette in the park. Woo!
So as we were walking looking for a place to sit down and have a snack, we stumbled upon this really old, very cool cemetery. And it's traditionally a lot like the ones that you would see in France or even in New Orleans. So it is very culturally French. This grave particularly was very, very cool. As you can see, it's all surrounded by conch shells. So it's kind of got the whole like traditionally French with the Caribbean flair kind of thing going on, but the cemetery is so old and so beautiful, and it's kind of a fun place to poke around. So this month's cocktail is called the Guadeloupe Sloop because we just arrived to Guadeloupe, and it is a French island in the Caribbean, so we decided to go with a wine-based cocktail for this month's specialty. So the Guadeloupe Sloop is rum, red wine, and whatever fruit juice you have on hand.
Pineapple juice is quite good.
Pineapple juice is very good. We actually used guava, peach, and apple, and a little spritz of lime. Cheers. So we just left De Hay, which is where we checked in Guadeloupe. It was a very cute town. It's very French, easy to walk around. It was super cute. Yeah. So we did a little diving there. We found a little dive that was surprisingly amazing. The best we've seen so far on our
Schools
trip.
of little fish, so pretty.
The best we've seen so far on our trip down south through the Caribbean. So that was really neat. And we're on our way to Pigeon Island, which is near Jacques Cousteau National Park. So that's what we plan to do for the next at least day or two, is do some diving around there. And we should be there in about an hour. So until then, we are just going to enjoy the sail and eat baguettes.
Because that's what you do in France, in the Caribbean. Weird.
We're on board Ascari, which is our neighbors over here in Guadeloupe, and we shared with them the drink, which we invented, the Guadeloupe sloop, the other night. They got inspired, so now they have their own drink, which we are about to try. So, you ready? Here it comes.
Hey, welcome to Ascari, and this is the Guadelito. So it is, here we go, in our half-drunk state. It is made of sugar, lime, rum, but Guadeloupe rum, which is made from molasses, I believe. No, sugar cane, not molasses.
Yeah, the other one.
The other one, that's it. And a little bit of mint, of course, iced soda, and a little bit of chili. So inspired by the Creole influences on Guadeloupe and our 11 weeks in Cuba last year. So here you go.
Woohoo!
Cheers.
All right.
All right.
So what do you think of the Guadelito?
It's incredible.
It's delicious. We want to add it to our drink of the month.
It's
Awesome.
complex. It's got depth, layers. It's excellent.
You've been reading up.
No, she's gonna cut that out. So
Oh no, I'm leaving that in.
There we go.
Bonjour.
Here we are, we're in Les Saints, and this is pretty cool because we haven't been on land too much in Guadeloupe. We've been diving and on the boat, so super psyched that we're here. It's cute as hell.
Tiny little streets and bakeries and bars, and it's right on the water. It's very, very cute. We're super stoked
Yeah.
to have landed here.
So this is the beginning of our tour. We're gonna have about a week here, so we're gonna look around. For now, we're looking for some good apps because I'm hungry, and then maybe a drink.
Definitely drink.
And that's gonna wrap the whole thing up. So, Jazz, more to come. Batman meets the goat. Standoff.
We just hiked up a mountain, pretty big one, to get here, which is this fort, which is called Les Chemieux, I think. And it's really neat, and the structure is in really good condition, and you can see the ceiling is really strong, and nothing's knocked it down, and people were obviously very small when they built it, but it's been very well kept. And it's a good place to rest, and there's lots of shade, so whew.
He's got his climbing thongs on.
Awesome!
Now you got to get down.
That's a good point.
Who's gonna catch him?
That's you, Shaun.
Hey, Duty. Bonjour.
This is like that scene in Gremlins. He looks like a Batman version. Batman as an iguana.
This guy's way tougher than Batman.
He's seriously tough, isn't he?
And the multi.
The freaking dinosaur, that thing.
Look how old it is.
Count the rings on its tail.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
It's immortal. He's going to tell you about his great-great-great-grandparents that got wiped out by a meteor. So we finally got our shit together to come to land, to do some provisioning and clear out of Guadeloupe. We're going to be taking off in the next few days to go to Dominica. So we're here at the clearing office, which is usually super simple, and just a couple computers, and it was free to check in. It might be €4 to check out. I'm not really sure. The process is really easy, way more laid back than any place we've been so far. However, everything in the Saints closes for lunch. So we were lazy and took too long eating our breakfast and drinking our coffee. And now
And visiting friends on Ascari because we just wanted to say hello. And then we had tea, and then we had cookies.
Right, so long story short, it took us a while to get our shit together. So now we're sitting here waiting and just kind of hoping that they get back soon, maybe a little early from their lunch break, so we can do all our administrative stuff because we are taking off in a little bit.
Yeah, our next stop is going to be a little bit south of here, still part of the Saints, but it's kind of on the way to Dominica. We'll take a peek at the chart later, but it looks like it's got good protection from the swell, which is coming a little bit south of east now, which is good for there. It looks like there's some neat reefs. We've been on these mooring balls, which is cool. It's very safe and all that, but it's going to be nice to get back on the hook again and get a little bit of space and not be waked by all these ferries coming by.
And get back in the water. We
And
haven't
get back
done a
in the
dive
water.
in a few days, so we're itching a little bit to
Totally.
get back in the water.
It'll be rad. So what we do, we sit here and we wait.
And we wait.
And we wait. We just left the mooring field over at Les Saints, and we're on our way to Grand Islet. My French is terrible. This little place, this little island looks super neat. Nobody's over here. The anchorage looks decent, though. Let's take a look at the chart. You can see what I mean. The swells are all coming out from the east over here, and this is where we're going to. This is our destination. And this is in the lee over here, and it looks like we've got some nice sand, 10 feet, that we can anchor in over there, so that should be awesome. And then this point here looks really neat. Probably going to be some great snorkeling to check out. So we're just bashing into it right now. We just made this little curve right around this island, and this is going to be a great place for us to jump off from to go see Dominica as well, because Dominica is just south of here. Once it clears up, we should be able to see it on the horizon. So super psyched to have a night on the hook and be away from the mooring field and all the swell from those ferries. Yeah. New anchorage sucks. Really not cool. Don't like it. The only thing cool about it was in sand, and that's really cool. We had great holding. Anchor looked awesome. So I dove it, check out the anchor, looked around a bit, and the whole intention was to be able to have some diving, right? See some neat fish and rocks and whatever. Nada. Visibility was super, super bad. You could only see maybe a foot in front of your face, which is unnerving when you've got all this Atlantic out here. And consider the term ambush predator, i.e. certain sharks are ambush predators. Like, you'll never hear about them, and it's an unrealistic and irrational fear, certainly, but being able to see stuff is also important. And it was really rolly, so it wasn't really worth it. Quite possibly our shortest anchorage in history, 10 to 15 minutes. Dropped the anchor, set it, dove it, and left. So we're going back now, see if we can find someplace. All the mooring balls are taken, so we're probably going to drop in 50 feet of water. All good, better than that. So not every anchorage is awesome. Some